Alrighty then. So now for this one, let's get really crazy. I'm going to start with this magenta. And I'm not going to put any water on the canvas this time because I want it to really, really take over the white that's on here. So if it takes a little bit more paint, that's okay. Okay, as you can see, that's a lot of magenta, right? But also what's kind of nice is with this magenta, you could really see that it was very evenly covered. No real thin spots, no real thick spots. Okay, so now to this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some of this darker blue. Alrighty, and just starting at the top. And X, X, remember those X strokes, X, 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 X. And it's going to work its way down. It's making a really, really nice purple color. Okay, now remember, every time I've added more blue to my brush, I've started up here and worked my way down. Because I want it to be darker up here, but I do want it to get lighter as we come down. And just like before, I'm going to go ahead and take and start at the bottom and do my little water effect. I think I'll even go back in, here's that same old dirty brush, but it's got that blue on it, and go back in and get a little bit more of the magenta as I go up towards that top there. Leaving the light spot in the middle. Okay, and I'm going to eventually add a little bit of black into this, but I don't know, is it a good time? Oh, what the heck, let's go for it. So I've got this little bit of black right here, and let's put it up towards the top here. Ooh, nice and dark. Okay, not too far down. I don't want to destroy all my purples. And a little bit at the bottom here. Not too much. Working way up. Working way up. Don't kill all your bright colors there. Okay, now I'm definitely going to clean my brush before I mess around anymore. So once again, I got all the way off my button over to this sink so that I could really clean this brush out. Super important. And that I was able to also shake it out, right, and get most of the moisture out of there. So now let's brighten this up a little bit. And so I'm going to take my white and I think I'm going to go ahead and start in the water this time. Just dab, 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 dab. A little bit of white before that brush gets all dirty. Dab, 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 dab. Before that brush gets all dirty. Okay, at the bottom here, I'm just going to blend it out from the center. Ooh. And I'll just blend it just as much as I want to sort of, give it that light. If I want to get rid of more of the white, I'll just blend it more. If I want to save the white, just don't blend it too much, right? And sort of cleaning my brush off a little bit here, so I can give it a whoosh. Nice blend. Remember, nice and horizontal. Watch out for the arc. All right. Ooh, that one's pretty. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, and so now up here, remember X strokes. X, 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 X. And just like I was blending down before, I'm just going to blend up. And don't get it too far into your water there. All right, just X, 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 X. Blending that just as much or as little as I want to where I get the color that I'm after here. And here, since my brush is mostly dark now, instead of starting down here, I'm going to start at the top, and just soft, soft, just blending it just as much as I need to. Okay, so I don't have the perfect consistency in here, but you know what? I'm not going to be tripping on it, right? I'm not going to worry about that too much because I'm going to be putting some clouds in here, some other mountains, some trees in this thing, right? It's going to be okay if it's not perfect, especially with these dark ones because the dark is going to tend to show more, right? So if it's showing more, worry less. Don't worry about it too much. Just do the best you can. Okay, So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get my white again. Let's make a few clouds. All right, so puff, 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 just tapping it into there. You know. Now I'm going to think about constructing just a big old cloud right here. I just want a big old, ooh, just whoosh, just whoosh. Oh, oh, look at that, a big old thunderhead cloud. Whoosh. Nice. Okay, just wipe that off a little bit, get a little bit more. Just layers. See that nice dark in between? Ooh, that's going to look good. That's what's going to make it dramatic. And a little bit more light. Ooh, ooh, fresh white right there. Ooh, tap it in. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Whoosh. All right. Even another, just a little one. Okay. And we got another little, ooh, another little bit, ooh, right there. Just bam, right. Let's bring that down a little bit so you can see it real good. Just that little trough. Oh, we're gonna be putting the moon. Okay. Alrighty. Cool, right? Okay. So now just a little bit of fresh white. Just, back into the tips again. Just, ooh, just a few places where I want to stand it out more. Ooh, ooh. You got to be a painter, right? You gotta make all these decisions about what you're gonna do. And if your clouds don't turn out perfect, that's okay. We could probably come back and hit these again a little bit, right when it's dry. And this dries quick. It's nice. I'm gonna be putting that moon there, so I want a little bit of a trough right there. Let's not lose all those. Just once again, just tickling and fluffing and think like a cloud. Okay. Don't want to lose them all. There's no point in putting them all in there if I was going to lose them. Okay. All right, let's go for it. Let's go ahead and put in that moon that I was talking about here. Here we go. I've just taken, here's my clean brush, right? I'm just going to take it here and see, I've got the tip right down and I'm just swirling. Just whirling that a little bit. And it's getting it nice and round. Ooh, look at that. It's like a moon already. And let's clean it off a little bit. Okay, so I've taken a little bit of the paint out there and swirled it around. I know where it's going to go. I've got a little bit of fresh white on my brush, having it straight down. And once again, I'm just going to give it that little bit of a spin. Just if I keep spinning, it's going to get bigger and bigger. There. Ooh, look at that big old moon. That big old moon. Crazy, right? That's painting. I love painting. Because painting is just so much easier than drawing. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just take a little bit of that dark right on the tips of those brushes. And then I'm just going to hit it just like that. Right? Just give it that little, see the little twist. Right? Just like when I was originally making just a little bit of a twist. Ooh! Look at that. And if it gets too dark, let's see, can I just take a little bit more white? And okay, you gotta be careful. You gotta be an artist. This is not for the faint at heart. Ooh, perfect. See, not too much. I didn't even make a full rotation because I didn't want to wipe out my darks. All right, cool. Oh, let's see. Can I do one more? Ooh, oh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous right there. I wanted to give it just a little rim of light. Ooh, Mr. Coon, you're crazy. You gonna mess it up? Maybe. Maybe I will. Then I'll wipe it out and I'll just do it all over again. Oh, look at that. A little bit of light. All right. Now, even Mr. Coon's not bold enough to blend that with this big old brush, so I got myself one of these little brushes, and I'm going to use that. Ooh, just blending that into the sky a little bit. We just get that little bit of light around it. Okay, this brush is nice and clean. Maybe even one more little dab of that white, just to put that cloud really in front. Ooh, and you see my clouds dried up just a little bit. Just made it easier to work with, and just you see dab, 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 dab. Okay, that's enough. Ooh, fresh, very fresh. Cool, right? Okay, well that's enough for now. And once again, if you do this in one day, hey, then do some more. Okay, now for the final touch, put a little bit of magic into the water as well. Okay, I got that brush nice and clean, straightened it out. And so just like with the clouds, it's probably a little bit drier now by this time, so I can just, just tickle that in just a little bit, right? Just, and don't worry about blending it in everywhere, everywhere. Just a little bit. That's just enough to give it that sense of magic right there. There's the moon right there, right? Ooh, move that over just a little bit. Right under that moon. That'll make more sense. It wouldn't make sense to have this over here if the moon's right there, right? Okay. Should have moved my moon. Okay, and then once again, if I needed to blend anything, I don't know, just a little bit. But I don't think I need to. Just getting rid of the rough edges a little bit. That soft brush. Just a little bit, not much. Cool. Once again, if it's not perfect, that's okay. We're going to be adding all that other stuff to here, so good enough.